Let's take up tab 11, Senate Bill 1346, on local regulation of nonconforming or unsafe structures by Senator Avila. Senator, you're recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Senators. This bill ensures that unsafe structures can be replaced with new resilient structures. Specifically, the bill only applies to non-conforming buildings in FEMA coastal high hazard areas which fail to meet FEMA standards for new construction. Also, buildings deemed unsafe by the local building agency and buildings ordered to be demolished by the local building official. If a building is in one of these situations, it should be able to be rebuilt in a resilient manner according to typical local building codes and zoning laws. The bill does not apply to single-family homes, and the bill does not apply to structures individually listed in the National Register of Historic Places. The bill only applies to punitive measures tied to demolishing and rebuilding unsafe structures. Replacement buildings would still have to follow local requirements for building new structures. Among other benefits, the bill supports public safety and resiliency. That is the bill, Madam Chair.
Are there questions on the bill? We have one amendment. Please take up amendment barcode 395166 by Senator Avila. Senator, you're recognized to explain the amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. After meeting with stakeholders and interested parties, we decided to amend this bill to better reflect its intent and to curb any unintended consequences. The strike all amendment further clarifies my intent to curb arbitrary action by local governments that may force property owners and developers to maintain non-conforming or unsafe structures. The amendment also makes clear that the bill does not apply to single-family homes and does not apply to structures individually listed in the National Register of Historic Places. That is the amendment.
Are there questions on the amendment? Are there any appearance forms for the amendment? Is there any debate on the amendment? Senator, you're recognized to close on the amendment.
Waive closed, Madam Chair.
All in favor of the amendment say yay. Yay. All opposed say nay. The amendment is adopted. Are there questions on the bill as amended? Senator Berman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Do we know how many structures this will apply to and where they're located?
You're recognized.
So this is the origin of this piece of legislation is mostly from South Florida, particularly in Miami-Dade County. I don't have a list of the identified unsafe structures. That is something that I'm currently working to obtain from several municipalities in Miami-Dade County, but that is the origin of this piece of legislation.
And I guess since the hurricanes hit on the West Coast, there's probably structures that will fall in that also, in that category.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I mean, if you have a structure that is, obviously in decay and the local government, the local building department has deemed it unsafe or non-conforming, then this would apply.
And then final question, what are the guardrails for the type of structures that can replace the demolished building?
You're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So the same guardrails are in place. Nothing's being done to change that. The property owners or developers or the parties would still have to go through the regular process of getting approval from the local government in order to build the structure based on the allowable use within the code or ordinance of that particular jurisdiction.
Thank you.
Any other questions on the bill as amended? Are there any appearance forms for the bill? Jess McCarty, Miami-Dade County, waives in opposition. Ronna Brown, City of Miami Beach, waives in opposition. Is there debate on the bill as amended? Senator Avila, you are recognized to close on the bill as amended.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And Senators, this bill, again, it does absolutely nothing with changing the process. It simply says that a local government can't take any sort of punitive action on the developer or property owner if they demolish an unsafe or non-conforming structure that is deemed such by that local government's building department. So that is the gist of the bill. It is simply to prevent any sort of punitive action for that demolishment, and again, does not apply to single-family homes. And the same process for the rebuild of anything on that site would have to go through the normal process that is outlined currently, and it would be up to the local government to approve or disapprove of that.
Tatiana, please call the roll on CS for SB 1346.
Senator Baxley? Yes. Senator Berman?
No.
Senator Bradley?
Yes.
Senator Broder? Yes. Senator Gruters? Yes. Senator Martin? Yes. Senator Bizzo? Yes. Vice Chair Senator Osgood? Yes. Chair Senator Galadiud?
Yes. By your vote, CS for SB 1346 is reported favorably. Congratulations.